Hey guys, welcome back. This is ChosenArchitect, and today we're going to be getting ourselves the Terrestrial Agglomeration plate, and we are going to be pushing ourselves into making Terrestrial. So, I hope you guys are ready. So today I want to actually get the Agglomeration plate from Britannia that we left off last time just looking at in awe. We were going, oh boy, this is going to take a little bit of time to get. So, I am actually on a server, so it does make it a little bit easier. I was able to go ahead and get this thing filled up with a bunch of this. And this guy lasts a little while and ended up producing enough to at least get us one Terrestrial. It all depends. We may not be able to get Terrestrial after we're done with all of our mana stuff, but I don't know, pretty good overall. I'm not gonna lie, we did get quite a bit of stuff. Now I am gonna go ahead and harvest these guys because you have to replant, so you do need to catch a couple of these guys in order to replant. And yeah, it's best to grab them from the bottom, as that's just how it works. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab what is it, 6? No, we need 4. No, yeah, 6. We need 6 of them. So 6 of them is the magic number. Can I reach this one? Oh boy. Yeah, probably not. Almost. Oh yep, yes I can. So there we go. There's 6, I think. 5. There's 5 of them. I don't think we have one. Oh, we do. I was wondering if we had one over here that was low enough. But yeah, we are going to be breaking these down. I'll show you exactly what I'm basically making all of this out of. We'll talk about that. It's actually not too difficult to get quite a bit of fuel out of this for your Britannia setup. Of course, later on, it might be a little bit easier. I'm also going to show you my chicken farm that I just set up a little bit ago. Before I started recording, I probably should have shown on screen, but it's really simple to kind of go over. So that is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go and replant these. We're going to get these guys in the cooker. Get them in the smelter. Get all this lovely chorus fruit in there. I don't think these guys will farm chorus fruit. So you don't really have to worry about that. Alright, let's go ahead and get this guy in here. Pull out some more molasses. Let's go ahead and grab... I don't know, what should we use? Potatoes. No, actually potatoes. These cook, don't they? These turn into cooked potatoes, don't they? They don't turn into potato charcoal. Can't believe I'm still doing it like this. Yeah, these turn into food. Will this charcoalify? If I throw it in. Let's test one. Nope, those get deleted. I didn't know if that would work, but we have to actually smelt these. So I'll take some charcoal. Take the rest of my chorus fruit. And we'll just throw it in here. So we let that cook, and then we are going to basically throw this in the fire, I do believe. The chorus fruit is going to turn into pop chorus fruit, and then we smelt that again, and that gets us a higher burn time. So pretty nice there. It's a good way of doing it. Also, sugarcane farms are going to be great as well. Setting up auto sugarcane farms would probably be a good thing to do as well. But that's just how it's going to go. All right, so let's talk about this Terrestrial Agglomeration plate. So it is right here. We do have a lot of things that we have to make for this. We've already done this one. This one was pretty easy. It's probably the hardest one actually out of all of them. We have the life seed that we've already made. Apple Jello. So we have a little bit of food that it's taking us through the path of making. And I don't know how much of this I actually have just readily available. We might have most of this. So like apple powder. Yeah, we need more apples. I don't know how I have ran out of apples. Is apples... It's not a thing you can make either. Until later on. I just can't believe. So, more saplings, I guess. So I'm going to go through some saplings. I'm going to get myself apple. I don't think there's an... Yeah, there's not an apple sapling. I'm going to go ahead and get myself some apples. That's going to be something that we're going to have. And the best way to get that, I mean, is to farm trees. For a while. So I'll be back. So I now have my apples. I'm able to make that apple powder. And let's go ahead and pop back in here, and we should be able to make this, which is the apple Jello. Yeah, that's definitely one of the items. We also need to make blocks of egg charcoal. And this is where that farm that I was talking about, the chicken farm, is coming in handy. So I went ahead and took the chicken essence that I had. I made a chicken book that was able to spawn chickens. And so I have these guys over here, and I have been breeding them. So I went ahead and set up a mini gravity block. Left a little block gap here, and then have a hopper. And that is giving me eggs. Actually, at a fairly quick rate. So the more chickens I have in there, of course, the more eggs I can produce. In which the more charcoal I can produce there. So how is this used? Well, we can burn this, and it'll make us charcoal blocks. That's right. The art of throwing eggs into lava. I bet burnt egg sounds delicious in the morning. Man, oh man. Alright, so yeah, we're gonna drop this in. There is a crafting table actually right here. And that's gonna give us the charcoal egg block. Yeah. Well, that's pretty much it for this whole section. We do need mana steel and all of that. I did go ahead and make the Sea of Life. It's pretty simple to make. The rest of these are pretty simple as well. Now, the Chorus Pearl, that just requires Chorus Fruit and an Ender Pearl. I believe we've made that before. We made that for the other stuff. And, of course, Mana Steel and Lapis Blocks, all of which are pretty simple to get. This one now is a little bit different, and we're going to take a look at this. Now, the Rune of Air literally requires feathers. A lot of feathers. And I'm pretty sure we do have the ability to get a lot of feathers. The Plume Block is not that hard to get. I do want to test this out. So, let's see. Do we have any more of those cores? We do. So we have this anima core, which is like an animation core. We need wool. Compressed wool block. And then we're also going to need... What else is it? The shard. Right here, shard. So what I ended up making was a heavy core stabilizer. You guys mentioned that in the comments that I should have made that already. And yes, I should have. And I've also been doing it wrong. This needs to go in the middle, and on the outsides I can put my cores. That way I can do more at one time, which would be, you know, well, a lot faster. But right now we can go ahead and do this. So when I place this, this will actually prevent this thing from breaking at all, which is really good, to be honest. Even though we could use this to farm ice as well later on. But there we go. There's our plume block. How convenient. And so that'll get us more feathers. Of course, killing our chickens would also grant us feathers, but it's not a guarantee. This will help us, of course, get a bit more. For this one, it's going to require also this fruit. This fiddle-dew fruit, which we do need. And which we are going to need to make broccoli seeds. It doesn't tell you specifically how to get broccoli, but broccoli seeds is how you do it. It's all done through calculator. For this, you're going to need the jungle juice, which is going to require the what powder and an empty jar. What powder, of course, requires more leaves and vines. We can go ahead and make that. I think this is actually one of the easier things to make. Of course, a jar is going to require a tiny bit of iron. I'm pretty sure we have a measuring table. Don't know why I don't have one of those. We totally should. But yeah, this is going to require a bit of work. There we go, a measuring, a bit measurer. Some of these things are just hilarious. I actually like the way some of these work. That'll give us 36 bits of iron, because we all want iron in our food. This one's kind of hard because it switches back and forth. There's our jars. And that should help us make the jungle juice. Juju juice. Yeah. There we go. And yeah, we're missing water? A bucket of water. So, very simple there. And of course, we can just grab a bucket of water from over here. And that will give us everything we need. So yeah, it's just a little bit of, you know, and there's also the fermenting bucket, which requires, it looks like just glass and a bucket. Very simple there. This one, there's our juice. Fermenting buckets, also fairly simple, requires an actual bucket, which looks like we're gonna have to make another one. Or, no, there it is. There, yeah. Very simple. And feathers, of course. It's gonna take some feathers. Now, this one right here is also fairly simple, requires a seed of the nether, charcoal. All of this is fairly easy to get. TNT is super easy for us to make. So I'm going to go ahead and gather all of the items required in order to make these things. And then we're going to put them over here, and we are going to put them to use and make all of these runes. So I'm slowly but surely building up all of the materials that are needed for our runes here. And I'm getting to the point where I need to actually make broccoli. And I talked about this earlier, that it doesn't really state exactly how to get broccoli, even though when you search it, there are broccoli seeds. Now, broccoli seeds, when cooked, or broccoli seeds, whenever farmed, will give you broccoli, and the broccoli can be cooked, and it's actually better than steak. So if we search here for steak and broccoli, you can see, I don't think it's, yeah, it's actually better than steak. So if you were to farm up some broccoli, this will give you more saturation than steak. So broccoli is an amazing food that comes from calculator. And of course, to get it, you just need a seed, pumpkin, and you get yourself a broccoli seed. And these, of course, are farmable. So, of course, you will be able to get more of them as this grows. And, of course, the more you have, the faster they will grow. Of course, I'm pretty sure those guys will be able to farm them as well. So that's always great. So you can see it's fully grown. When we break it, we will actually get broccoli and another seed. So just like that. So it does, I don't know if it duplicates its seed. It may not. But we only really need one, I believe. But yeah, this stuff is as good as steak. So if you make a farm of these, in any pack you play, these are a really great seed. Oh, it did duplicate. Look at that. We got 3 of them that time. So yeah, you can totally get more seeds from just one. And now we have 3 of them growing. So definitely a good food source. Now, I'm pretty sure this one, I think it requires you to cook it. I don't remember. Oh no, we need 4 of them in order to put this in a flawless calculator. So the flawless calculator we have yet to make either, mainly because it requires in diamond. In diamond is literally just an electric diamond, which we've made before, with in stone and obsidian. And luckily we have all those materials, so we will be making a flawless calculator here in a minute. So in order to make this flawless calculator, you are going to need your atomic calculator. And to do this, we are going to make ourselves some flawless diamonds. I believe it is 4 of them we're going to need. And then of course we are also going to need to make this. Also, I believe we need to make 2 of these. The reason we need to make 2 of them, I think, because one of these is going to actually require, and I believe is the fire. Yeah, we need another fire diamond, specifically for this recipe alone. So let's go ahead and make 2 fire diamonds. One of them is going to be changed, of course. We're going to throw one of them in here. Of course, that's going to do its thing. And remember, we need to grab Instone. And we're also going to need to grab Obsidian. We'll throw that into the atomic here. That will give us an in diamond, from which we should now be able, once we throw all of our parts in that I've assembled, the flawless assembly is very simple, just a lot of multi-crafting. We should be able to now make the flawless calculator, given that we put the diamonds in there in our screen. And there we go. We have a flawless calculator. Of course, to charge this thing, we are still going to need our charger. This is the power cube. Nothing fancy about the power cube, to be honest. Throw that down there. That should already have a charge. And we'll just put some in there. We don't need much. We just need enough to make this. There we go. Look how much saturation this thing gives. So it says planted with the greenhouse. So you could plant this thing in a greenhouse and produce this crazy fruit. You can also farm broccoli inside the greenhouse from calculator. Really, really great thing to do. So that's pretty much everything needed to craft. I just wanted to show you at least making the flawless calculator. I'm going to leave this in here to charge. So with everything sorted, we are pretty much ready to go. The only thing we need to do is convert some of these materials. Of course, we are going to need to drop all of these in there. Turn those into mana steel. Turn the Inferno. Oh, if we got to pick that up. Turn the Inferno into that. This is a mana power. Turn the Pearl into a mana pearl. We're going to need 5 of these over here, 3 here, and 3 here. These are the materials that we are going to need. So we might as well sort of move our stuff out of our inventory. Minus the wand, we are going to link that up here. We are also going to need to grab living rock because that is, of course, the final product. Let's grab that. And of course, the videos here are going to start getting a little bit slower in how fast we progress, simply because of how complicated some of these things are going to start getting. So we're going to slowly but surely finish through this Botania progression, and then, like I said, when we start getting to here, this may become the end of the pack. I don't know. I'll let you guys, you know, determine that. I do have a couple of new packs that are on the plan. This pack was sort of an experiment. I wanted to see how you guys react to packs that are like this. That are definitely more challenging, because here recently I've been playing a lot of kitchen sink, more really fun, easy packs. So I did want to see how some of you guys would react to this. So, anyways, let's go ahead and finish this. We have a little bit more to do. Let's not place you up there yet. Let's drop this down. This is everything in order. Ready to go. So we right-click this onto here. That's going to trigger that. We need to go pull our fuel out, because we have to fuel our automated process. Let's go ahead and do that. We'll throw that inside the hopper. That should consume that. That should start powering this and giving this some mana. Exactly what I wanted to do. Perfect. Right, so I'm going to go ahead and let this go, and then we'll work on the next one. This guy is ready to go, so let's drop our living rock on there and whack it with our wand. And that will give us exactly what we need back, which is the Rune of Earth. So now we have the water rune, we have the earth rune, and now we need to make our other rune. So we will toss this in here, here, and here. That should be everything, I think. I believe. This one is for the Rune of Air. And I'm looking at it. That's the one we have. Why? Oh, we put a pearl in there. How did a sneaky little pearl get in there? That needs to be that. And now what are we missing? We're missing one other thing. Ah, our soul. There we go. The pearl snuck in there. So you got to be really careful whenever you're placing these things in. With that auto, basically when you remove an item by like removing an item out of your inventory where it auto refills, that can sometimes cause some issues. And as you can tell, that did cause a couple issues. So this one is going to be really fast because we allowed mana to build up in there. There we go. That one is done. Then we have 2 more to do. This one shouldn't take very long either. And then last but not least, we have our mana runes. All of this is leading up to this agglomeration plate. Last but not least, we have our final one, which is going to be 5. And then a mana pearl. Of course, this is going to finish this thing off. I went ahead and grabbed more soul steel because we're going to need 9 of those to make a block of mana steel. Of course, that's also how you can make some mana steel armor, if you're curious about that. But this is the last little bit. we can go ahead and throw the living rock on there, because as soon as this pops off, we are making ourselves an agglomeration plate. We also need to kind of look into sparks, because we should be able to produce everything we need to today, or at least make our first piece of Terrestrial. Alright, so there's our rune of mana. All of our runes are ready to go. We should be able to make this guy. Let's go ahead and throw all of our runes inside of our inventory. We'll go ahead and make this, which will be a block of mana steel. And voila, we have a Terra steel agglomeration plate. Alright, to get the agglomeration plate, we need sparks. And sparks are going to require gold nuggets. And so we should be able to make 2 sparks from this. And sparks are how all of this is made. So, look at that. We get all the blocks of charcoal. And we are also going to get... That's going to want us to get 20 gold. And Terra steel. So yeah, we have a little bit of work ahead of us, but... I don't know, is this wanting... I'm assuming this is the same recipe, right, as normal. The book normally tells you, you're going to need a... Let's see, mana pearl. Or I know we're going to need mana steel, 1 mana steel. A mana pearl, which is going to be a chorus pearl. Which we need an ender pearl, which we should have. There we go. Totally have enough of that. Is it chorus we're out of? No. It's just because I don't have it in the inventory. So this thing is kind of confusing sometimes. Alright, and we need a diamond. Guys, we are fixing to make our first... Is it a mana diamond as well? I think it's a mana diamond. Yep, I'm pretty sure it's a mana diamond. So, to make a mana diamond, of course we need 2 diamonds. Blaze rod. Over here. To make a fire diamond, of course that fire diamond is then going to be charged up. Because, right, we're making a end diamond. There we go. And hopefully, I mean, like I said, we're going to have 5 of these, but man, oh man. End diamond. Needs end stone, just 1. And obsidian. Alright, so we'll throw this together. Get ourselves an end diamond, and here are all the ingredients for us to make our first bit of Terrestrial. Let's go. We should have enough. Yes, half a full mana pool is how much it requires, unless that was changed. If the requirement was changed, then you know, all for it. I'm all for that. We need to make the multi-block for the agglomeration plate. I should be able to remember that. It is going to need lapis blocks. And it's a pretty simple setup, actually. So what we're going to need is a little 9x9, or little 3x3 area. Like so. Mostly, it's only going to use 4 blocks of the lapis. So if you're worried about how much lapis you have, I mean, you shouldn't, because lapis is so readily available. But the setup is just like so. I've made it so many times. And then you smack that right in the middle. And you're pretty much ready to go. All you gotta do now is take a spark, place a spark on your mana pool, place a spark above here. You can check to make sure these are linked by right-clicking it with your wand, and you'll see that they are connected. And we can go ahead and throw this back onto here, and that way any extra mana will now get pumped into that. Alright, so now that we're ready to go, and we have all of the things required, we can right-click the things required onto the pad, and that will start the process. And guys, this is how Terrestrial babies are born. just like this. It is super cool. A very fancy particle effect that happens. And then, of course, eventually, this will turn into exactly what you want it to turn into. But remember, it does consume a lot of mana. Yeah, you see that mana has definitely dropped down. I can tell you right now, they have not changed how much mana it costs. That is for sure. So, there's our 1 Terrestrial. But this, of course, is wanting 5. Probably because of how much this is going to cost right here when we get into these things. But, like I said, we're getting to the point where this pack is going to get pretty difficult for me at this point. Being on YouTube, it's a little bit harder to pump out episodes as fast as you guys can keep up with them. Especially whenever it's a pack like this. Whenever we start getting into a little bit harder recipes towards the end, it's going to get a lot more time consuming on my end, which doesn't create content for you guys. So I just want you guys to understand that. But anyways, I'm going to ask you guys down in the chat below, what should we play next if we were to switch into a different mod pack? I don't know. Let me know down in the comments section below what you guys think. I know there are a lot of interesting mod packs that are out there. I'm also looking for one that is more kitchen sink-esque, kind of. I do have a couple packs that I could be testing right now as well. I don't know. Let me know down in the comments below. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you did, don't forget to click that subscribe button if you haven't already. And also give this video, guys, a huge thumbs up. I really appreciate it. I will see you guys in the next episode. And as always, thanks for watching.